Hello, my name is Skip, and this is from the Fourth Row's review of the 5-Year Engagement. Now, the 5-Year Engagement is about this couple, one played by Emily Blunt and the other played by Jason Segel. They meet at a Halloween party. He's dressed up as a bunny, and she's dressed up as um, Princess Diana. And of course, love at first sight, dressed as Princess Diana and a bunny. um, so a year later, on a trip to a different party, they take a detour and end up at Tom, who's the character that Jason Segel plays, restaurant, and he's a sous chef at that restaurant. And due to a little bit of planning on his buddy's part, Chris Pratt plays the buddy, and they end up on the roof, and he ends up asking Emily Blunt's character if she would like to marry him. Fast forward a little bit, we're gonna get into a little bit about the movie here in a bit, but what I want to talk about is some of the things about this movie that I didn't like. I mean, it seems like comedies the last, I don't know, 5, 6, 10 years, I don't know how many years, but it seems like they always try to get you to laugh by doing like groin jokes. I don't know why, but this movie has at least 10 or 12 groin jokes. I think the story itself was a good enough story without all the groin jokes. Then, I mean, a lot of the comedy relief in a quote romantic comedy was by Emily Blunt's character's sister and Jason Segel's character's buddy, played by Chris Pratt. They end up getting married and having 2 kids, while these other two are still engaged for 5 years. So this movie drags the entire length of the movie due to this 5-year engagement, the title of the movie. Now, they make fun of themselves by having grandparents die off and all this stuff. Like, all these people are dying off and you still haven't got married. And of course, you go through the obligatory, well, maybe we shouldn't get married, and they both go their separate ways. But now to the good parts of the movie that I liked. I think that the story itself is a good story. It's a solid, entertaining movie. It made me laugh. Yeah, there's too many groin jokes. And I think the acting by Emily Blunt, which, she's good in everything, but if you really want to see a romantic movie with her in it, I'd say go rent The Adjustment Bureau. That movie was just phenomenal, and the chemistry between her and Matt Damon was amazing. And she's in a movie that's out also right now in limited release called Salmon Fishing in the Yemen. Now, Jason Segel, he kind of ends up going along with Emily Blunt's character's plan instead of his own plan, because he's a chef and he's making money and he's doing good. But she decides, well, let's take off and go to Michigan. And of course, he ends up being on the back burner while she's a psychology professor's assistant, and she's doing some different work up there. And Rhys Ifans plays the professor, Winston, and he kind of likes Emily Blunt's character a little bit. And so that kind of puts Jason Segel's character on the back burner a little bit. But I think that we try to force some of these issues in this movie, and I think a lot of it is contrived, and it's like you see it coming even up until the very end of the movie. So I'm going to say it's a skip it for me for the 5-year engagement. This is Skip, and this has been from the Fourth Row's review of the 5-Year Engagement.